Alright, people, my name is Ugochukwu. Today is June 28, 2021. I bring you another interesting, two interesting articles again. I received the first article yesterday. Somebody sent it to me yesterday. But while I was looking for something else today, I found another article that is similar to the article I received yesterday. The first article is about how IPOB killed, one native doctor. They said that the charms the guy gave them failed. You will see in a minute how they killed the guy. And then the second article is about three native doctors running away. So apparently they have many native doctors working for them. So the second article is about three native doctors running away, scared the IPOB will kill them. But let me. You see what you're looking at there? So that's Mr. Kanu. You see right there. See, he's holding the flag of Biafra, and somewhere there he put the flag of Israel, right? And then up there you see what I put down there: vengeance, beheadings. Thus said God of Biafra, right? All right, so let's pull up the articles. This is the first article I received yesterday. You see what it says? ESN kills beheads native doctor over charm failure. Right? That's the first one I received yesterday. Let me put that. In fact, you can see if you look carefully, you will see when it was written. It was written yesterday. See right there? It says June 27, 2021. Let me put this in the reading mode. Don't worry, I'm not gonna read it, but I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I'm gonna put the link. That way, I'll put the link with the video. That way, if you wanna read it, you can go read it. But there are some part of the article I wanna highlight. There's right here, right there. I wanna read that. Just give me a minute. Let me move this to fit in. I want to read that. According to the statement, the ESN shot the Juju priest severally, beheaded him before setting the corpse and the man's house on fire. I want you to catch on that, you see. So, again, I'm gonna put the article for you to read. Now, the second article, give me a minute. Okay, do you see the second article there? If you look over it from Vanguard, you see the title, Native Doctor Linked to ESN Beheaded in Imo. 3 others on the run. Let me put that in the reading mode. Reading mode, it reduces all that junk. You see that? Native Doctor Linked to ESN Beheaded in Imo. 3 others on the run. This one, I need to show you the date. Hang on. Let me go back. This one was written today. Oh, sorry about that. Right there. See the date right there? June 28, 2021. So this one, I also don't want to read it, but there are selections I want to bring your attention to some selection in it. Just give me a minute. It's this stuff is kind of it's all over the place. There are some selections in the article, right? I'm gonna put the link so you can go read the article. One selection says there are 2 things. This is a quote from the IPOB members, not the IPOB. What do you call them? The ESN members, the military wing of IPOB, right? Okay, these are. See, I did these. I don't want to read the whole article, but these are selections from the article. They said these IPOB members said there are 2 things that these native doctors have done. They were exchanging information with the special forces and they collected money and gave our members fake charms. They're talking about they were exchanging information with the Nigerian special forces, right? That's what they're saying there. And then let me read this another paragraph. It says, see, it's in a quote. So this is IPOB members talking. I mean, ESN members talking. Can you now ask yourself what happened? This information is good for you. Hear it now. Those guys who sabotaged Ikonso, and Ikonso was captured, were the ones who helped to make our native doctors weak. You got that? Okay. Let me keep reading. These are selections from the article. These native doctors were exposed to the money and they sold out. It is not just the 3 local government areas we have mentioned there. There are about 6 other local government areas. They know themselves. See, that's a run-on article. Instead of putting a full stop somewhere, they ran 2 sentences together. That's why it was hard to read. Now let me keep reading. I'm almost done. He says, furthermore, they said, this is ESN said, another problem we have is the Aguleri native doctors, where the support base is strong. We are also suspecting that they have abandoned this struggle. You see that? So if they suspect you that you have abandoned the struggle, they'll mess you up. However, for now, everybody's confused. Gradually, we are getting to know the saboteurs. You see the word there? That's a very popular word from Kanu. It used to be popular with Uche Mafo. If you disagree with them, you disagree with Kanu, you are a saboteur. That was their strategy. Anybody that disagree with them, if you tell him to do something right, he says no, then he will turn around and call you a saboteur. But anyway, you get that right. That was what I read from the second article. From the first article, we read that the ESN, they shot the juju priest many times. They shot the guy many times, right? Then they beheaded him. Then they set the corpse on fire. Then they set the man's house on fire. Remember, that was the first article. Stop for a minute and think about that. Just give that a little thought. Let that sink in your mind. Yeah, I love that to sink in. See what they did to the poor man? They accused him of being a saboteur, right? Well, the first article said the charm didn't work. The charm didn't work because the man gave them a fake charm. He gave them a fake charm because he was working with the special forces, right? And then they said they shot him many times, multiple times, man. And then they beheaded him. And then they set the corpse on fire. And then they set the man's house on fire. You see what they did here? Think about the economic consequences of this. Think about it. I mean, they could have killed the man. I'm not supporting them killing anybody. They could have killed the man and left him alone and then went their way, right? But they killed him. It's not enough for them. They beheaded him. And then they went ahead and set his corpse to the body on fire. And then they went ahead and set the man's house on fire. Think about the economic consequences of this. Suppose that man had children, right? Suppose he had a bunch of kids. And those children were living with him. Which means he must have had a wife. If he had children, he probably, had a wife living there too. Even if he doesn't have a wife and kids, that man has had a bunch of family members. He must have parents, mother, father, brother, sisters. Let's say he had children, wife, father, mother, brother, sister, they're all alive. What would you think would be their reaction to this? What the treatment their relative have gotten from IPOB? How do you think they will have coped with the economic consequences of burning the man's house? What will his children do? What will his wife do? Right? These are the stuff to think about. You know, and now I'm gonna get into. I won't let this go. I'm gonna get into an area that will make some of you uncomfortable. You know, but we'll have to deal with it, man. We'll have to deal with it. So what I'm talking about is the religious dimension of this incident, right? Sometimes when Nnamdi Kanu, not sometimes, every time you go watch any of his videos. Watch any of his videos where he's ranting, right? From the beginning, I would say at the beginning he will give prayers. He said he calls his God Elohim. You know, he doesn't believe in New Testament, but we'll get to that in a minute. That's what he said. He calls his God Elohim, and then he will pray Chukwu Okike Obiama. He will pray to that God. What God is he referring to? Based on what we know about him, you know, the way he's been dressing, he dressed like Jewish people. So we would assume that he approves of the Old Testament instead of the New Testament. And I heard that before from Uchemofor. Because there was a time he was fighting with Uchemofor. Uchemofor was telling him the way you behave. Because he was saying stuff about Catholic Church and other Christian denomination. Uchemofor got mad with him, said, man, since you went to Israel, you came back, you changed. Why are you behaving like this? So that's when he then opened his mouth and said he doesn't believe in the New Testament. He believes in the Old Testament. But we will see. I will show you that even if he believes in the Old Testament alone, it doesn't matter. Bible says something about his behavior here. Yeah, because, I'm saying his behavior because he's one that ordered these kids to go and kill that man. They shot the man many times, beheaded him, set his body on fire, and then set his house on fire. Is this how people are supposed to behave in a civilized society? Is this what Biafra will look like when this man gets Biafra? When he finds his Biafra, he will be behaving like this. And all these kids doing all these killings, what do you think this will do to them? What do you think he will do to their moral, their moral compass? The way they think about morality, the way they think about other people, let's say somebody does wrong to them, what do you think they will do? Even if let's say they find Biafra tomorrow, what do you think the way they will handle conflict? I'm talking about conflict with other people, other human beings within their Biafra. If they just see like this, somebody does something wrong, we don't know if that man did anything wrong. They claim the man is a saboteur, right? We don't know that. Because we know for a fact there are people that they have called saboteurs that are not saboteurs. Just that the people disagree with them. People disagree with them fundamentally about their policy, about the direction. They turn around, expel the people, and call them saboteurs. That's the same thing that happened to Uchemofor. They called Uchemofor saboteur. After he had a fallout with Nnamdi Kanu. Everywhere you go, they're calling Uchemofor Sabo everywhere. So the question is this what they will do in Biafra when they get Biafra? You disagree with them, they call you Sabo and then hack you to death, behead you, set your house on fire, right? Set your corpse on fire. Is that what the kind of Biafra we're gonna have? We need to ask these questions. It's uncomfortable questions, but we need to we need to ask the questions. It's nothing to be afraid of. These are the rational questions you have to ask. Because a lot of people, probably millions or maybe thousands of kids are following him and they're seeing all this stuff happening. And this is not the first time. There was a girl, pretty girl that disagreed with them. She was with them before. I forgot the name now. They buried the girl alive. There was a priest in Enugu that criticized Nnamdi Kanu. Next day they found the guy all chopped up. Don't tell me these are isolated incidents. It has nothing to do with them. Because I know how our people think. Oh, this is one thing. It's one incident. You talk to a couple of people, you generalize. No, we're not generalizing. We're just saying what is there. We're saying what is there. These thousands of kids that are following him, they seeing all this stuff. What do you think they're going to do after they get their Biafra? You think they're not going to behave the same way when somebody makes them mad? You think suddenly when they get Biafra, they will change and start behaving a little better? Let me call your attention to the Bible. Now I'm going to use a New King James Version. The New King James Version is a modernized version of Old King James. If you go to, let's start with Old Testament. If you go to Old Testament, go to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 35. I will include this with the video. That way you can read it. Deuteronomy chapter 32 verse 35. He says, vengeance is mine, and recompense. Their foot shall sleep in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things to come hasten upon them. What I want you to pick up is the word part that says vengeance is mine. This is God talking, the God of Old Testament talking. Right? Now let's go to Proverbs. Deuteronomy is in the OT, Proverbs in the OT. Go to Proverbs chapter 24 verse 29. It says, do not say I will do to him just as he has done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. So basically those two verses from Old Testament books, right? All they're saying is the vengeance is left for God, not for you, right? Do not repay somebody with the way. If that man, if they think that man was a sabbath, that he sold them out, the Old Testament that this is now the kind of believe in saying, basically saying, leave the vengeance to God. Don't do vengeance on your own part. But what did he do? Did he listen to the Bible? No. Okay. Let's even go to New Testament. I'm still reading a New King James Version. Go to Romans 12:19. Romans 12:19. It says, beloved, do not avenge yourselves, but rather give place to wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, says the Lord. You see, he makes a reference to that verse in Deuteronomy. See, the New Testament makes it refers back to Deuteronomy 32:35. Now let's go to Matthew 5, I think 5 verse 38. Verse 38 says, you have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. Now this is a reference to the vengeance is mine. You see the same, that's the same expression there. And then verse 39 says, but I tell you not to resist an evil. Not to resist an evil person, but whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. So basically the New Testament, repeats what is in the Old Testament. Leave vengeance to God. If somebody slaps you, slap them. I mean, don't forget, they went to the native doctor, right? The native doctor is their brother. The native doctors, are Biafrans. They are the brothers of these kids, right? Why are you killing them? Even if they give you charm didn't work, why are you killing them? By the way, why are you taking charm if you believe in God, right? Pray to your God and then God will help you win the war, right? Win whatever you're doing. Why are you went ahead and get charm? You are looking for charms, which means you don't believe in the God you say you believe in. Because if you believe in the God you say you believe in, then have in your mind that the God will protect you, because according to you, your cause is just, right? If your cause is just, then pray to your God, then believe in him, maybe he will protect you. But your cause is not just. You just stealing money from people, doing crazy stuff. That's why you go into native doctors. You go into native doctors, and then when their charms don't work, you go and kill them. You behead them, destroy the whole family. Because by burning the man's body, by burning his house, you basically, if the man has kids, you destroying his kids. Now they're gonna suffer. They have no place to go live. So you're not only going against the laws of the land there. That's against the culture of Igbo land to kill people like that. You're not only going against that, you're going against what I have read to you from the Bible, from Deuteronomy and Proverbs. You're going against the God you say you profess to believe in. See, this is part of the problem I have with our people. Well, I don't want to get in trouble with anybody. They say God, 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 but they're not practicing what is there in their holy book. They're not practicing. If you really practice what is there, you're not gonna go kill your brother like that because you disagree with him. You really have no evidence that they are saboteurs. Even if they are saboteurs, right? You take them. You find a way to lock them up. Don't kill them because they have family to feed. So I thought this was very, very interesting. The inconsistencies in what these people running around the bushes causing problem. You clean innocent people because they disagree with you. You want charms. Charms will protect you. By the way, there's no way you cannot violate. By this time, some of you guys know where I stand. There's no way you can violate the natural law out there, the laws of nature. You cannot say you have this charm, somebody shoots you with a gun, the charm will protect you. I don't believe that. I don't believe that, man. You bring the charm and let me bring my gun. We'll see. We'll see how whatever charm you have will not allow the bullets to penetrate your body. I don't believe that. Until I see it with my two eyes, but I don't think it's possible based on what we know. It's like telling me you go on top of your roof, you jump, you will not fall down. That's impossible. Which means you saying you get on the roof, you jump off, you won't fall down. You're gonna negate the law of gravity. You have no such powers to do anything like that. It's a lie. Going to native doctor shows that you don't have any trust in your own God, the same God you profess every day. Which means you don't have any integrity, you don't have any moral compass. You just opening your mouth and saying nonsense. Even if you look at that picture, you look at the man looks like a clown. But anyway, let me leave it there. We'll find something else to talk about.